Well, after a century of football in Green Bay, there are, of course, many time-honored traditions here in Titletown, but few bring the connections that the training camp bikes do. Tonight, NBC 26's Kelly Price shows the special meaning for one Packer and his fans.
After the 2014 NFC playoff game between the Packers and the Cowboys, most in Titletown were buzzing about Dez Bryant's catch or not a catch.
It's incomplete.
John Kohlbecks, however, was worried about one of the Packers' offensive linemen who was playing with his son's new longboard.
Thing in the back of my mind, like our starting center is about to go into the NFC Championship game. He's going to break his ankle in my basement.
Getting to that point goes all the way back to 2014 for Packers center Corey Linsley and the Kohlbecks.
Over the years, it's been it's like a friendship, like it can't be broken.
In 2014, the Packers took the Ohio native in the 5th round of the NFL draft out of Ohio State.
Everything about Green Bay reminds me of Youngstown. Everything about it, just that blue-collar mentality, work hard.
The one difference, Green Bay has this professional football team. And training camp is as big a tradition as games around these parts, especially the bike rides from Lambeau Field to Ray Nitschke Field. On his second day of Packers training camp, Linsley met Travis Kohlbeck.
I just remember him being very easy to talk to and very personable, especially for how young he was.
I was pretty surprised he picked me. But it was pretty fun meeting a Pack player.
And after practice,
I remember coming out of practice and coming up to him. I said, "You ready?" And he said, I'm sorry I can't ride with you. I'm waiting for Corey Linsley. And I was like, man, I'm here. Like this is, and he was, because I didn't have the jersey or the pads on or anything. So that was kind of funny.
Travis's mom, Alicia, has been documenting each year since then and proudly shows the photos of Travis over the years. But she doesn't recall much of the first couple days Linsley and her son rode to training camp. She was in ICU at Theta Care in Neenah for 8 days after suffering a brain hemorrhage.
Best way to put it is we were going through a rough time and he just changed everything, or didn't change everything, but took the scary moments away.
I was just happy for Travis that he had a distraction from everything else that was going on.
Even while in a battle for the starting center role, Linsley says spending time with Travis to and from practices wasn't quite enough.
What I gathered was, this family was going through a little bit of a tough time, and so that's when I saw his bike. It was old, it was well worn, he had put in some miles on it, and so that's when I thought, hey man, I'll get him another bike, just a little pick-me-up.
It was pretty nice, just so I don't gotta think about what's happening.
Since then, Linsley's Green Bay family continues to host his biological one for games, birthdays, and holidays.
That's the best part about it, regardless of this story, that I'm thankful that I got to meet such great people. It was really my first people that I met in the Green Bay community.
Come over, he'll kick his shoes off, sit on the couch, just like it is at home. We see Corey more as a friend than as a Green Bay Packer.
Just like having another family member in the house.
It's different seeing him on the field. It's like, wow, he looks kind of, rough and scary, and it's like, not the same kid who's sitting on my couch, playing with the dogs and goofing off with the kids.
The bond that Linsley and his wife Anna have created with the Kohlbecks is one of those unique relationships you can really only find in Green Bay. And as the Packers kick off their 100th season, it's another tradition that'll live on, along with riding the bikes.
This is what it's all about. These kids, looking up to us, and they don't want anything out of it. They're not, there to try and make money off of us or try and, capitalize off of us at all. They just think it's really, really cool to ride the bike of a professional football player.